Afternoon. Just a short video on solar power. Is solar panels worth it on your van or even at home? But I'm talking about a small setup on your van, whether you're van lifing or just holidaying in your motorhome. Is solar power worth it? I've seen a few videos on YouTube now saying, no, it's not worth it, don't bother, I've got the Bluetti charger one. Well, so have I. I've got the Bluetti charger one. I've got a generator for the winter months, because obviously UK weather, solar in the winter months, not as good. But during the summer months, and bearing in mind, in my setup, and everybody's setup is different, isn't it? But my setup is, I've got a big van, I've got a 50-inch screen TV, we've got the coffee machine, we've got the air fryer, what we do a lot of cooking on. So I'm quite power hungry, but when you're living in your van, I wouldn't say they were luxuries, you know, they're necessities, but they do make our life a bit easier. The solar setup I've decided to go for is a 520 watt panel from Plumbase, which was just over 100 quid. In total, with the rails and the panel, I think it was about 150 quid. Which is pretty cheap. Once that's on a sunny day, you know, that's pulling in anything in between 300 to about 450 watts, which is a fair bit. And the difference that's made for me before I had solar panels is I got two battery banks in the van, decent size battery banks, Fozzibots, 2400 watt. Before the solar panel, I would be taking a battery bank out every day to charge. Now, I don't do a great deal of driving. Well, I do, but I've got a second vehicle for work, so the van's static when we're parked up. So not masses amount of driving is done in the van from week to week. Whereas, you know, if you did the charger one would come into play if you were doing lots of miles. But most people aren't. Most people are parked up. And when you're parked up, you know, you don't want to be ticking your van over using the charger one to charge your battery. Generators, you know, only certain locations out the way during the winter especially you use, but the solar panel has been an absolute game changer. So on an average day, you know, my battery bank in the morning will probably be down to 20%, 10%, almost out, but I leave for work with the solar plugged in, and that's the beauty of the setup with battery banks as well. You know, your solar input charger is built into the battery banks, so it's just plug and play really. Sorry, just knocking horseflies off me. A nightmare out here. I'm on the edge of Dartmoor. They've got a nasty little bite. But yeah, where was I? Yeah, on a typical day, you know, in the morning I'll leave with 10% on the battery bank, leave it plugged in, and by tea time it's up to 100%, and I'm probably plugging it into a second battery bank, or it's just topping up what I'm using in the evening. So for me, yeah, one solar panel, 520 watts, has been a game changer during the summer. It's free power really, you know, I don't have to worry about plugging battery banks in anywhere else, or worrying about charging anywhere else. It has made my life a hell of a lot easier. Like I say, during the winter months, slightly different. But, you know, I have been surprised on cloudy days. You know, I still pull in, you know, in between 150, 200 watts, which over the period of, you know, 7 or 8 hours of daylight still puts a decent trickle into your battery bank. So the answer for me is, yeah, game changer, solar panel all day long. I wish I'd have done it a lot sooner. Yeah, like I say, everybody's different, everybody's set up, you know, travelling, miles done each day, all comes into play with charging your van back up. But that's just my opinion on solar panels, that, you know, it really has made a massive difference to van lifing for me. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I'll put another video out soon. If you do like the content I'm starting to put out on my videos, I do have a YouTube channel as well, Chris Gone Wild. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, or comment and ask us some questions, you know, regarding van life, not just solar power. So there's a lot more videos going to be coming about cost of living in the van and pros and cons, especially during the winter months, you know, where it's a little bit harder on the road. Yeah, send us a comment, but yeah, give us a like and a subscribe, guys, much appreciated, as I'm trying to grow my channel. Cheers, and speak soon.